Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now Foles. And that will be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
This is taken at the 15. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially give him 15. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Here we go. Motion. Mike 36. Mike 36. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son.
Despite only needing one, Dalton to throw. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Man left. 4 down.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Play action here with Dalton. 20! He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Bullock good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
So don't say nothing. Jim.
Here's Foles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
No. Switch.
Foles. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Let's go! Check 13.
2nd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Vigil coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Pick me up. Here we go.
Mixon with a first down carry. And an alley to run. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And there you nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Go with 5-3. Go with 5-3. Hey, Charlie. Go.
Throwing again on second down. Foles throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Now back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pick up there of 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out, and the Bengals grab it. Past the 20, 10, and this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And he fires one incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
You got tape. You got tape. You got tape right there. Shit.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked there by Nick Perry, the outside linebacker.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D.
On first down. Mixon. The 20. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 47 yards.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. They'll run here with Bernard. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Giovanni Bernard. His third touchdown now on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. A 1-yard run on first down, another yard that gets him into the end zone on second down. Maybe not much for the yards per carry average, but hey, 6 points.
Yeah, bottom line is it doesn't matter there. You've got to find a way to wedge it into the end zone. Yards per carry, that's out the window. How do you score? And on the second down, they had something going. They got a yard before. They thought they could do it again, and they got it done.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
So now they'll come up on second and 10, once again from the 28. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22.
First down, Jaguars.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Andrew Billings able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. He'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Shit! Watch the shit! Hey, 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 hey! Watch the twist! Watch the twist!
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now. Back deep for the Jags, D.D. Westbrook. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. And the Redskins there out to an early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Back to throw now on 1st down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Cole. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Foles. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. The tight end set to valve the intended receiver. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. To throw here, Dalton. He gets this in the hands of Mixon.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He's got a man, and that's Alex Erickson. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
That's good for Bengals.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Hands up. BAT. Here we go. Hands up.
On 2nd and 12, Dalton keeps himself, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Calais Campbell, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
I smell fear in that offense. 44, Mike.
Dalton here from the gun. He'll let this go end zone for Green. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and the route is on here in this first half. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line.
Let's go, baby.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Line 36. Check that out. 368. What's it go? 368.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Fighting through pressure. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Yannick Ngakoue, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. huge return. As it is, still a very good one. 24 yards. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Hey.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the Bengals' 23-yard line.
That's what I do.
2nd and 11. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there and a first down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Connor Barwin in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Foles. That is caught at the 7. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 5-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Hands up, lead. Line 36. So we got man.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. 12 yards on the return that time. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Good. Right in. Hey, let's get this. Get this.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw here's incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Go.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This is Fournette. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. He'll look to throw. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, here we go. I got you.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Check.
Again, it's Fournette. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. He is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short.
Check. Crunch.
They'll go with a big bank Fournette. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Leonard Fournette stopped short of the marker on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Now it's the backup Finley. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's Irvin to return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 48. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Makes the score, Bengals 42, Jaguars nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. This throw over the middle taken in by Cole. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
54.
Here's Foles. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Foles. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nick Perry able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
The Bengals take over
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Now throwing on first down and completing it. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw again on 2nd down. Finley. Now Finley lost it. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Bernard. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. Excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Brown gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. On 3rd down, Fournette. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now the football is going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be...
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, raw on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, raw on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice in the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch it, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit. I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause I told them wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They Ella, they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the haters, I make a lot of new money, When the not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, flash. I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist.
I was legit ever since I blew they all on my hey back then didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long that I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex slick then hit with the back then used to out the zip. Blow out his back and then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship.